us can see anything.
Oh,
Oh, are we here?
hello.
Are we live?
We're here.
Yay! That was so weird. I feel like there was a countdown for like 50 hours.
Yes.
That's cool.
Amazing. How are you guys?
I'm swell. How are you? How's the new place?
Oh, congratulations. When'd you move?
No, how's the new place?
Oh, how's the new place? My place is amazing. Do you like?
I do like. I've got the same background.
Yeah,
as
Harry's been there for
everybody.
months.
I know, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, wait, but is it a different corner maybe? I don't know. No, it's the
No.
same place. No, I'm loving the new place. It's been summer all week in Vancouver, and then today it's just not. But we're gonna keep the vibes going. What about you, Ash? How are you?
Good. Yeah. Saturday, drinking coffee. Can't complain.
Coffee was your beverage of choice for
That's
this
my
summer
beverage.
live? What
Yeah.
about you, Harry? What are you drinking?
It's 10 a.m. I had an extremely late night. My sports team won against our crosstown rivals. So I'm about 2 liters down. I don't know how you call it in your arbitrary lands, buckets.
I'm the
We're two
same as
buckets of
you.
water down. Okay, cool. To like couple of liters down of water just to hydrate myself again. Have you guys got Solo where you are? This is the best soft drink in the world.
Why does that sound familiar? I feel like I personally never had it, but it sounds familiar for sure.
Oh, so good, Chris.
What is it?
It's like lemonade. It's kind of like lemonade, but more lemony. It's
Ooh.
it's made by PepsiCo. Made by Pepsi people.
Ooh, Pepsi people. Nice endorsement.
Pepsi
Are
people. How are you?
you guys ready to chat about our favorite summer movies?
Let's do it.
This is honestly perfect because you guys, aren't you doing your month of sweat on your podcast?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. We have our final episode coming out next week for it.
Ooh, can you tease which one it is?
Harry, you want to tease?
Sure. That's just put me off guard. Yeah, we're doing Wake and Fright. This is the first time that these hooligans have watched it, Marta. I know you're a fan.
Yeah, my poster isn't even back behind me right now. I'm so
No,
upset.
I know.
Very sweaty
No,
movie.
it's incredibly sweaty. It's entirely what Australia is at all times, which is quite great.
Oh, hello.
Sorry,
Have
guys.
another member joining us.
I'm gonna hide myself. Sorry, my page refresh. Continue.
Are we on Instagram too? I hope we are.
No, we're on YouTube, but we are not on Instagram because you guys use practice keys. So we're live on YouTube.
Dang.
Woo! Tech support. So you know what? Maybe give us 2 seconds, everybody, and we're gonna try and reconnect Instagram.
Take fourth.
Oh, we got a nice little comment. Someone, okay, well, we got to pause this wonderful soundtrack for you while you put away your groceries because we're not live on Instagram. What do we do? G just left as well. So,
Yeah, I can see that it's on YouTube right now.
but just not on
Okay.
Instagram.
Yes.
So if you guys this is so funny. Okay, so Marta, I need a public key. Not a
Okay.
practice key.
Do you
WhatsApp that to me? That'd be great.
can I do it now while we're all just ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Harry and Ash, you guys keep the flow going.
All
Ash,
right.
let me tell you about what I had to go through last night.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I was furious. Okay, so whenever I go to an AFL game, a sports game, the one thing that is a mandatory is a stadium hot dog, like a hot dog. Just
Right.
you can't fuck up a hot. Sorry, I'm not sure if this is family.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. You can't fuck up a hot dog, right? It's a hot dog in a bun, right? I go to this. I'm a Sydney Swans is my AFL team. We're versing GWS Giants, Greater Western Sydney Giants is their name. Fuck them. They suck. Losers. Enjoy that L yesterday, champs. Go to their bloody their stadium over in Homebush, which I don't know if it's the equivalent of Mordor. It's about the size of a cupboard. You can fit about 4 people and a body in there. But I go in, terrible stadium, first off, terrible. I buy a hot dog, ice cold. Like not even like lukewarm. It's as if they kept them in the freezer.
Ew.
Talk to the chef behind the counter. I was like, boss man, what's up? He was cooking them with ice. It was fucking nuts. So get this. Guess how much it was. Guess. Give me a
$10.
number.
12.
$12.50. I was furious. I took a bite. I couldn't eat anymore. I even took a photo of the actual dog. I was like, "Oh, this actually looks a bit questionable."
Can you show us?
Oh yeah.
Somebody's asking what your AFL team is. It's the Swans.
The
The
Sydney
Swans.
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 The AKA the team that is on the top of the league, top of the ladder. Only else one. Look at that dog though, right? Smothering. Man, it's questionable. And tell you what, one bite and I was done. Like that kind of like ruined the start of the game.
One and done.
Then we.
Okay, team. So it says we're streaming. I don't see it. We are streaming on YouTube, so we're just gonna go with that, and then I'm gonna keep playing. So you guys just apologies to all our viewers on YouTube.
We could always just quit the stream quickly and we can rejoin with public keys and then just take like a quick pause, you know?
I'm sure.
No, I updated the public. I updated all the public stuff, so we are live on YouTube. This is truly live because we have technical difficulties. Give me 2 more minutes. I'm so sorry to our YouTube peeps who are watching right now.
That's okay. Why don't we in the meantime, guys, go through the honorable mentions that aren't going to make the top 5 movies that we're actually going to be talking about.
Okay.
I think that that's a good way to kill some time. Ash, do you want to name one of your honorable mentions?
I can't remember. Did you end up, you took this one off your list?
Oh no, I kept it.
What was my honorable mention? I'm trying to remember the one I told you guys about. Let's see.
I was gonna do Con Air because that movie like takes place in the middle of a desert. Just putting this out there, I'm Australian. It's summertime for us is November to the end of January. It's Christmas time, so summer movies for us are like Elf, Die Hard, Christmas Carol, Santa Claus.
Very summer vibes.
Very summer vibes.
Con Air.
I think I was going to do the Green Ray. That was my main honorable mention. Thanks to you, Marta, on that one.
Yes.
Anxiety-ridden summer vacation.
Absolutely.
For our main character. And then E.T. is another one for me. It's not as much of a summer vibe, like true summer vibe, but it is set in the summer. And it's just that big blockbuster movie. So it kind of feels, that's like my Spielberg choice for like a summer movie. I know others.
It works.
Go with probably something different, but
I feel like any Spielberg blockbuster could technically be a summer movie because I just associate them with watching them as a kid on summer break. Like I would even say Indiana Jones could also be a summer movie. Yeah. For sure.
E.T., Green Ray. Nice couple of good coming of age films there.
Green Ray is good. My mom came over last night for a movie night and I made her watch The Young Girls of Rochefort. But she was like, I want to watch Romare. And I'm like, oh, really, dude? And she's like, yeah, I listened to your podcast episode. And now I'm a fan of Romare. I want to watch The Green Ray. So she's coming over again later in the week to watch The Green Ray.
Now that's a different experience than Young Girl. That's much more like fast-paced dialogue.
I thought she was going to like Young Girls more than she did. She liked it a lot. And she was like, this is really cute. But I thought she was going to be ecstatic. Maybe that's just me. I'm very
you know
ecstatic.
me, I like Umbrellas more, but I think they're both great.
Yeah. You do? You like Umbrellas more? Why, just because it hits you harder?
I told you, I like a heartbreaking love
Yeah,
story.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
I like the overall like story better. I think the music, obviously, you know, the actual musical numbers in Young Girls is better, but that one's kind of a summer movie as well. It has that like
Young Girls? Yeah. I added it on my Letterboxd list of summer movies. I don't know how many I have, but
what about The Lost Boys? That's a great like vampire summer movie.
Yeah. Getting a darker pick, much like Harry's entire list. Oh, it's ironically I was finally gonna watch Young Girls of Rochefort today, but instead took my dad to Bad Boys.
Very different vibes.
Exactly. Very, very different vibes. Very different vibes.
Correct decision, absolutely.
Well,
what do you think of Bad Boys, though? What do you think of Bad Boys, somebody?
I need to watch it still.
I have no interest in watching those movies, if I'm being honest.
Bad Boys? I'll watch it when it comes out on streaming, I think.
Yeah.
It's not really like a run to the theater for me, you know?
No, it is.
Did you say it is, Harry?
Absolutely. There's not been a bad Boys. Like,
That's true.
those
There's
movies
not
are
been a
amazing.
bad boys. Okay, guys. Well, it looks like Instagram just isn't gonna work. So it's sad news, but that's okay.
Hey, this is our first one. Like,
That's true. We could always do another one in a few weeks if you guys are down. The
see
same
if you
one.
can meet my fee for sure.
Your feet. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm sorry. Ash is cheaper, I guess. We can get her back on.
Which is crazy because
I mean,
it
I get
costs so
together
much
with
to
this
go.
guy once a week to record. So
Sucks
There
to
you
suck.
go. Okay, well, summer movies, our top 5. Let's just get started, I suppose. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with an entry that I have in my. Oh, can I reach it? No, everything's gonna topple if I try reaching it. But my pick is gonna be 2001's Y Tu Mama Tambien by Alfonso Cuarón. Obviously, is anyone surprised?
Not
No.
at all.
No, no. Have you guys both seen it?
I have not.
No.
No, I thought you guys have seen it. Okay, well, that's homework for you. But I guess I'll just briefly describe it. It is the ultimate summer road trip movie, I would say. Makes me immediately want to go on a road trip. I mean, you guys, I guess you guys already know what it's about through me, through so many other people, but it's about two 17-year-old boys, played by Diego Luna and Gael Garcia Bernal, who, by the way, I'm in love with. He's just such a beautiful, beautiful man. But anyway, so they're living in Mexico City. They are very, very sex crazed. And over the course of their summer break, they decide they want to go on this cross country road trip with this woman that they met at, I believe, one of their cousins' weddings. Yes, that's correct. And they meet her and they tell her that they're going on this road trip to this beach, and they make up a beach location that does not exist. And they call it this like beautiful oasis that they want to take her to. And she's like, no, I'm not going with you guys. And then lo and behold, she finally calls them up, I think a day later, and she's like, actually, I'll go. And the beach doesn't exist. So now they're scrambling to think of a beach to take her to. And off they go on this trip, and they all kind of grow up and learn about each other along the way. It's a coming of age. It's also a beautiful, beautiful look at Mexico, just the way the camera like glides from away from the plot itself, and you see all these images of Mexico and just people living. It's beautiful. I love that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sold me on the movie. You sold me.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah.
I think
Definitely
it's one
watch
that
it.
you mentioned is tough to find, right? So I might just buy the DVD.
I buy the Criterion Collection edition of it. It is stunning. It is beautiful. It's amazing. But yeah, you're right. It's impossible to find, and I don't really know why, because I feel like his other movies are easy to find.
Is that Fonzie? Alfonso Cuarón?
Fonzie, yeah, it's Fonzie.
I like Fonzie.
What's
great.
Fonzie like, Harry?
He's really good. He's cool. Did Harry Potter. That was cool.
Now I was quoting Pulp Fiction there.
Oh, of course.
Like, you want to
Hey,
It's fun. Oh no.
I'm definitely dehydrated, Ash. Forgive me.
Great pick, though. I'll have to definitely
Thank you
watch this one.
guys. You gotta. There's also just the best quotes as well. Like I walk around the house all the time just screaming randomly, Mamacita. So
I also did that, and I haven't even seen the film. So.
Oh, Harry.
Right. That's hilarious.
Who wants to go next? You, Harry, or you, Ash?
Ash can go.
Sure. Okay, so my first pick was one that is like the first coming of age movie I ever remember watching in my life, and that is 1995's Now and Then. I probably love this more than most, maybe. Directed by Leslie Linka Glatter. Apparently, she also is a part of that TV show Love and Death with Elizabeth Olsen. Never seen it, but she doesn't really direct it a lot. But this movie, have either of you seen it?
No.
Which one?
Really...
I'm
Now
trying
and
to
Then?
connect us to. Oh, I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
It's
So-
already on my watch list, and I think it's because you told me to watch it once.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where if you didn't really grow up with it, I'm not sure how it will hit. But as far as summer movies go and coming of age, it's definitely one that I will always appreciate. It's not near like the best that I've seen, but essentially you have these friends coming back together, group of 4 of them because one is having her first child. So 3 of them are coming back to the town they grew up in because the friend who's pregnant still lives there. And they all kind of are visiting each other for the first time in like 20 years, maybe a little bit less than that. And the movie starts with them as adults, but they slowly start reminiscing on this summer of 1970 that they spent together. Like unforgettable, all these crazy things happened to them. And so they start reminiscing, and then you flash back. So you have Christina Ricci. I mean, she's just like, she was my favorite actress growing up. And then the girl from Hocus Pocus, who plays the little sister, she's also in it. And even Gabby Hoffman, who more recently was in like Come On, Come On. She plays the sister.
Okay.
She's also in a couple of other like indie films, like Obvious Child. She's the daughter in Uncle Buck, Harry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sister.
As soon as you said "come on, come on," I'm like, oh yeah, I know. Shout out to AJ in the comments. He was on.
So, anyways, it's got a great cast. It's one of my favorite soundtracks. The music is great. You just like you have young girls that are all best friends. They're all different. They're going through puberty. They're like, crushing on boys. They're having fights. They're all going through things in their personal life that they have to that's difficult, like divorce or parents kind of not paying attention to them. So it's just got a lot of great coming of age elements. And then you have young Brendan Fraser, who looks so hot, smoking a cigarette. I mean, it's just gold. It's like it's a classic summer movie. Like I said, it's not the best, like well-made film, but there's just something nostalgic about watching it. And I love 1970. So yeah, that's my first pick. Highly recommend it. Great film.
You had me at Brendan Fraser. Sorry, you had me at young Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's sexy in this movie.
Hey, Brendan
really
Fraser's still sexy.
That's so true.
Just a different vibe. He's a different vibe in this movie.
That's true.
I promise.
Yeah, he's power's sexy, guys. Ambition.
I think we got the Instagram to work. I think.
Oh,
maybe, perhaps,
probably.
I'm gonna check on my end. I'm gonna turn the volume down and see what happens when I click this.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we're live from her Instagram, from the
Cap G one.
Cap G, yeah, perfect.
Nice. Oops, there we go.
Marta, that is so unprofessional.
I know. It's sort of professional, am I?
Marta, what's your thoughts of? Before I move on to my pick, what's your thoughts on Beekeeper?
Harry, I can't believe you got me on a live about this. No. Okay, for everybody who wants to know, Harry's been trying to get me to watch The Beekeeper for months now. I will, I promise. It's just the podcast movies take precedence, and I'm not about to write a dissertation on The Beekeeper. But maybe I should.
Yeah, I feel like you should. Yeah. Because I remember I was like, should I watch House? And you're like, if you watch House, I watch Beekeeper. That night I watched House, not sober.
Oh, you did?
And made a video about it as well. I still don't understand that movie, man.
You're not supposed to. Would The Beekeeper count for a summer movie?
Beekeeper can count as any movie you like.
It's Jason Statham, right?
Oh yeah, Jason Statham.
Summer King, perhaps. Harry, what's your next pick for summer movie?
It's not Beekeeper.
No, I wonder why.
Unfortunately, yeah. Sorry, Ash. Sorry, Ash. I'm embarrassing Ash right now. Sorry.
Come on now.
It's so my bad. Mine would be one that we just covered on Love Death Movies because it is the month of sweat. Lol.
Lol.
Is the best blockbuster of all time, which is Jaws. Again, I'm from Australia, so summer movies are very much, we don't have that.
It's always a summer movie.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like we're just picking movies that are based in hot weather, sweat, and Jaws is technically based in summer. I just love Jaws. I think Jaws is awesome. I got to see it in the cinemas last year, and it was one of the best cinema experiences. Sick. But just like the whole way this movie is made, and like how the studio had no belief in the film, so they try to bury it in the summer because that's when movies used to go and die. But the huge, because everyone's out, swimming in water, getting eaten by sharks, and then it just exploded. So then that's when they started to put movies out in the summer. That's why it's now called summer blockbuster. But I think everything about Jaws is awesome. It's fun. it's still very creepy and scary, and
Mhm.
just the way that Stevie Spielberg was able to because they used an animatronic shark and it broke down, and they didn't have enough money to fix it. So he's like, let's just change the entire film and make it that you don't really see the shark much. And everyone's like, oh, genius! like that wasn't the first option, but it was the best option. So I think Jaws just is timeless.
Amazing. That's a great pick, Harry. You're making me. I haven't seen Jaws in years. It's time.
Yeah, I
It's
haven't
time
seen
for
it
me to
either in a
revisit
long
it.
time. It was fun to rewatch.
Yeah. Oh, soon. I think it may be showing. We have like an outdoor theater series here in Vancouver every summer at like a park. And I think Jaws may be one of them. I could be wrong. I know they're playing Barbie too, which is kind of cute. I'd
That'd be
like
a
to
cool
watch
back.
that.
What a double
Yeah.
feature.
Yeah.
Barbie and Jaws.
Okay, before I do my next pick, we're live on the Capital G Media account, but not on mine, on Instagram. So I'm just going to make a quick story that says we are live on the Cap G Media
While she does that,
account.
Ash, get this. Last night at this stadium, the only thing that's good about this stadium, which I really appreciate, they serve beers in aluminium cups,
Oh, okay. I've
which
seen
is
that
cool.
before. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure if you call it aluminum. It's the same way.
Yeah.
But it keeps the beer cold,
Mm-hmm.
which is just respectful. Everything else about that stadium, straight prison for life, like 100%.
The cold
Holy
hot dog.
smoke! Oh, what a cold! It was stone cold. It was disgusting. Oh, it
Okay,
ruined my weekend.
I have posted this to my story, so I guess it's my turn to go next. What did I do first?
E2 Mama.
Each time I took it in. Yeah.
That one. I almost
Beekeeper.
said it backwards.
Beekeeper. Yes, by Alfonsi, and then Harry picked something by what was it? Spiele? No, you didn't say Spiele. What did you say?
Stevie Spielberg.
Stevie Spielberg. Okay, so the next one is going to be by Eric Romer, which I'm never calling him that ever again. But anyway, it was so hard to pick one by Romer just because I feel like, as you were saying, Ash, so many of his movies can be summer movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with the most obvious sounding one, and that is A Summer's Tale, aka The Tale of Summer. I don't think either of you have seen this one, have you?
Unfortunately not.
No? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Honestly, it could be a part of the Moral Tale series, which you guys also have to see, just because it's another story of like a classic Romare fuckboy, like just the worst. He's heading to a coastal town on summer vacation. And I think he's vacationing before he starts his first job, something like that. And he has a situationship back home. She's not really into him, and he thinks that she's going to be joining him. So he's kind of waiting for her. He's on summer vacation, and he strikes up a friendship with a girl, Margot. I believe she works at a cafe. And then he's kind of seeing her, but then she introduces him to her friend as well. And then he's seeing both of them and he can't make up his mind. So it's literally just him juggling these women, being just the worst, most indecisive guy, and then the women getting their just desserts at the end of the movie. So, oh, and it's obviously just the most glorious summer backdrop. So, Romer.
Wow.
That's really good.
Love it.
I'm now
Yeah.
every film you guys have talked about, I haven't seen.
I have a lot of Romero on my watch list, but I've only seen the one.
You guys gotta have a Romer summer.
I know.
Everyone's having a Romer summer, it seems, online. It makes me really happy.
Maybe
because
we
of
should.
you.
No. No. I would hope, but no. Another reason why you guys would love A Summer's Tale actually as well is it really inspired the visuals of Call Me by Your Name.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Then I definitely would love it.
absolutely. The visuals are so similar. I think there's also like a dancing scene, in Call Me by Your Name when Elio is dancing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's a very similar scene to that too.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
definitely check it out.
Yay. Wait, what did we get? We got a two-part question. Which actor or actress has the best smolder, and can Harry give us the best smolder? Well, let's first do the second question. Harry, can you give us the best smolder? Ooh, dang.
What happened?
Yeah, Harry, I think we're trying to get you centered so you can give your smolder again, but I don't think it's working.
Went right up on my face.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
It really was.
Oh,
Maybe we
man.
need the best smolder for all of us. But which actor, actress has the best smolder? I'm trying to think. I would say, oh my God, Bridget Bardot when she was young.
Mm.
Bridget Bardot. Who is Bridget?
Oh,
Very
Harry,
well
come
looked up.
on.
Oh, Bridget.
What about
Bardot.
the one that was Mariska Hargitay's mom? I always forget
Oh,
her name.
Jane Mansfield. I
I feel
have a
like she
photo
kind
of
of
her
has those
here.
big pouty lips, kind of
Yeah.
older.
Here, hold on. Let me grab a photo of Jane Mansfield for everybody because
Jane Mansfield, that's the
obviously
one.
I have that for some reason. There. That is
Yeah,
Jane
it's not a great
Mansfield.
example, but she has that like face where she kind of she can make that kind of face when she's not
She's always
smiling.
smoldering, if you will.
Yes.
The
The correct answer is Tommy Lee Jones out of Men in Black.
Ooh. You know,
Yeah.
you're not wrong, Harry.
I'm
Hmm.
not wrong. I'm
I
never
thought you were
wrong.
going to go with something very, very weird, and I'm glad you didn't. I thought you were going to go with Willem Dafoe and Wild at Heart for a second.
Christ. Yeah, those teeth. Oh no way.
Oh, God.
Mate, he would turn an Eskimo away from ice. Holy smokes.
Okay, so I did two picks. I think you guys are still on your first one because then I interrupted you with the smolder talk. So
Oh, it's okay.
carry
I think I'm
on.
on my second one now.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, my second pick, my list is so me, it's not even funny. So no one's going to be surprised by any of these picks. But the next one is Wet Hot American Summer.
Mm.
Summer
Mhm.
I've seen that
title.
one. I've seen that one.
Yes, you have seen that one. Yeah, released in 2001, which it feels like it should have been released way before that. But yeah, 2001. David Wayne, I think, is the director.
Mhm.
Just the best summer camp movie, and that includes out of all of the summer camp horror films, this is still the best to me, out even considering those. But yeah, I mean, basically, have you seen it, Marta?
No,
What?
I know.
Okay, add that to
I
your watch
know.
list right now.
I know. Here, I'll add it right now.
But it's set on the last day of camp in 1981, and it is essentially like a gigantic parody of camp movies. Nothing in this movie is to be taken seriously. They are taking themselves so seriously with how unserious the movie is, if that makes sense. It
Yes.
is hilarious. The first time I watched it, about 30 minutes in, Adam and I were like, wait, are they being for real? Like, this has to be a joke movie. Like, this can't be real. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like a scene where they're throwing like a kid out of a van. Like,
Stop.
it's like, wait, what did they just do? And so we had to sort of look it up, and it was like, no, this is the style of comedy that it is. And once I knew that, I was like, okay, that sets the tone. And when you watch it with that lens, it is hysterical from start to finish. It's some of the best comedy writing, in my opinion.
But
I'm a big
it's
comedy
an
gal.
older movie,
Yeah, 2000.
right? Why would I had it in my mind that it was later for some
They
reason?
did do like a reboot miniseries
Yeah.
on Netflix in 2015, but the
Oh,
movie
maybe that's
is the
why.
original from 2001. Amy Poehler, Elizabeth Banks, Paul Rudd, just to name a few. Bradley Cooper's movie debut. This is his first film he ever
Ooh.
starred in.
Christopher Melini.
Christopher Melini, yeah, playing the most hilarious, probably my favorite character of the whole movie.
Yes.
In Gene, he's a cook for the camp, and he is hysterical. Everyone's just on their A game. It's wildly inappropriate. It's cheesy. It's just insane shenanigans that they get into, and it's just such a vibe of a summer movie, and another great soundtrack as well in that one.
Ooh. I gotta watch it. Maybe I've seen it. I'm going through this weird phase recently of coming across random movies from like the 90s and early 2000s and thinking I've never seen them. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I have seen this. I just didn't know the name. Like that
Yeah.
happened to me the other night with Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh yeah.
It got added to the
Classic.
Criterion channel, and I was like, what is this? I've never seen this. Jennifer Love Hewitt. And then 20 minutes into the movie, I'm like, yep, this is all so familiar.
That's a big one that Not Another Teen Movie is parodying. That movie is one of the main ones.
Oh, that makes sense.
She's all that and Can't Hardly
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. It's a great movie. Great movie. It has funny gags, but it has not aged well
No.
at all.
No.
It's painfully bad. So,
That's so
Harry, what's your next pick?
So I've got 5. I've just thought of a 6th. Can I add a quick one?
No.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
it anyway because we talk about perfect films. We talk about masterpieces. We talk about best
Masterpieces.
picture, whatever. We got to give the flowers to one of the greatest movies of all time, which is Surf's Up. Surf's Up is one of the best, most contained films of all time.
Why can't I remember? What is this? Surf's
I have not
Up?
seen this movie.
Oh, Surf's Up. I have not
Yeah,
seen this either.
Yeah, you're thinking of Chicken Joe, which is the greatest side character of all time. Script, great. Acting, it's Shia LaBeouf at his best. It's
You
amazing.
love him.
Oh, I do, except for Megalopolis. Great. He's unreal. Has penguins, has a chicken, both surfing. Movie is fantastic. Holy shit. Is it a Nick Cage film? It fucking should be. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Surf's Up is a masterpiece.
Surf's Up is Surf's Up's so damn good. It's also verified on Rotten Tomatoes. Put it out there. They know what they're doing, I guess. Speaking of Brendan Fraser,
Is this going to be your next pick, or was that your pick?
yeah, no, this is my next pick. I just wanted
That
to
was a sub pick. That was like a
I would
sub
have
note.
forgotten. I would have forgotten about it if I didn't talk about it then. Speaking of Brendan Fraser's best movie, I believe, or probably, The Mummy. It's quintessentially
Yes.
90s, quintessentially Brendan Fraser. It's hot as hell in that movie, so it's a summer film. It's summer all year round in Egypt, I think. Yeah, the movie, that was one of the movies truly scared me when I was a kid. When you first see
Same.
the scarab beetles and everything, it's great.
Oh yeah.
It's Brendan Fraser turning into just actually an icon of that era. Yeah, I love The Mummy. Do you guys like The Mummy?
Oh
I
yeah.
love The Mummy, of
Such a
course.
vibe.
I feel like that's when I fell in love with Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
I can't remember how old I was, but I was like, oof, boy
I
howdy.
grew up on that movie for sure.
Same.
It still
Same.
lives up. It still lives up.
So
I
something
agree.
cool- Carrie. So I just said Carrie because my words got mixed up. Sorry. Harry. At Universal Studios when I was a kid, there was the Universal Lot Tour, and they changed it now, but there used to be a little part of the ride where they would take you through this tunnel and stop the tram, and it was mummy themed, and they would have the image of all these beetles surrounding you, and they would do these popping air things that made it feel like you had something crawling on you. It was my favorite and also least favorite thing ever. as a kid.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Ash. that's like therapy inducing shit.
You know what's funny is even now my favorite ride at Universal Studios is the Mummy roller coaster.
Yeah,
So
I've been there. Yeah, I
obsessed
went.
with the Mummy.
I have never been to Universal Studios, and it hurts my heart. Sorry, go on, Harry.
I went there in 2016, and the Mummy roller coaster is the best ride there by far.
So good.
And we get off the ride and circle back around, and we pretend we had fast passes, which we didn't. But fake it till you make it. And we did it maybe 10 times, and the guy's like, "You guys can't getting on the fast pass anymore." But that ride is so damn good. Because the one where it stops still, and then it goes
it goes backwards.
miles. Yeah, it goes backwards, and yeah, it's so sick. Hell yeah.
Great.
That's a great pick. Who's next? Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. I'm gonna go kind of an obvious pick. Don't care. Rewatched it last night for I don't know which time. Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee's, from 1989, I think it is. Besides just being, I think timeless cinema that everybody should watch, and timely, unfortunately, to this day. I think it's just also a fantastic summer movie. You watch that film and you just feel the heat and the sweat, and you see the sweat as well. And I think what Lee does, which is super cool, is he makes sure that all the walls are painted red, yellow, orange. So you kind of, I don't know, it just makes it feel even hotter than it is.
Yep.
You guys covered this recently on your podcast, right?
Yeah. Mookie's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yes, he's fantastic. I had no idea he was 32. He looks younger.
Yeah, he looks
he's 32.
Yeah. Or no, he was 32 and he did it. So yeah, in the movie he's 32 as well. But yeah, I love that film. I love how it's 2 hours long, yet I feel like within 15 minutes you're introduced to so many characters, and his writing is so well done that you feel like you know them. You feel like you've been there with them already for the longest time.
100%.
So good.
So yeah, and it's just a great summer movie.
It's a
That's the summer movie.
claustrophobic. Because the whole thing's in like in one neighborhood, but it feels because it's
Hmm.
there as well. It feels so steamy and claustrophobic.
Mhm.
Yes. Also, with just those like Dutch angles all the time
Mhm. I
that are
was
so
telling Harry
off-putting.
on our pod episode that it almost feels like a set, like almost like a play, because
Like,
everything feels like you can tell that it looks like a set, but it works to the advantage of the movie.
Hmm.
And it almost feels play-esque, which I think is really cool.
Absolutely. Who's your
what
favorite
a great
character?
note. Mookie mine, Ash.
Yuki, yeah.
I struggled with it. He asked the same question when we did our episode, and I was like, I don't know. I like Jade, even though she's not really a main
Yep.
character.
It
She's
doesn't have to be. I'd like anybody. Like I
I
like
like Jade,
Mayor.
and I
Mayor's
like
great.
Demare is cool.
Hmm. Yeah. So many.
Mother sister.
Yes, mother sister as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so many good characters there. Like it's the writing is again so well done that these characters are so fleshed out. I also like the three guys in front of the red
Yep.
wall.
Oh,
I
I love
think
this.
they actually may be my favorites if I had to pick.
I think
Like,
one of
Just
them's
the,
name was like Sweet Willie something, or Sweet Dick Willie, or I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Oh, great
you know,
film.
Demaya and mother sister were married in real life.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
There you go. A little
Wow.
sprinkle of knowledge for you there, Marta.
Have you guys seen Crooklyn as well?
No, I've
Also by
heard good
Lee?
things, though. I think
Oh,
George
it's
talked about it.
incredible. Yeah, George really likes it too. That's also just a fantastic and also underseen Lee
I'm gonna
film.
add that to the list right
Joint, I should say.
Ooh.
Um,
now. Nice.
but yeah, that is my pick. Ash.
Great one. Okay.
Tell
So
him,
my
Ash.
next
Tell
pick
him. Tell him.
You tell him.
is probably like my third or second favorite movie of all time, and that is Dazed and Confused. And my
Yes.
list is very predictable. Yeah, directed by Richard Linklater, obviously. Have you ever heard of him? He's just a small time little director. Came out in
Ricky?
1993, best year ever.
You say Ricky?
Yeah,
They're
Ricky.
all getting nicknames.
Ricky
Sorry,
Linklater.
come on,
Ricky
Ash.
Linklater sounds horrible. We're sticking with Richard.
That's
Um,
literally what they call him, though.
well, I don't like it. I don't like Richard.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, obviously he's probably one of my top two favorite directors. So this isn't a very surprising pick. But for me, this movie is just like one of the main movies that really like drove even my interest into film even further, my interest into like hangout and coming of age movies. It still holds up to me on every watch. I just love that it's probably the movie that has the most vibe and just the most kind of like you just want to hang out with these characters. They're not really doing a whole lot of anything, but they do such a great job at giving you, so many of them, but it's not to the point where you're like, oh my God, there's too many characters. I don't care about any of them. It's just like you're just hanging out with them as they're driving around. A lot of it's driving, to be honest.
Yeah, it is
Which
actually.
Linklater does in all of his movies. There's always a lot of driving, or a lot of walking and talking if there's not driving. So I think that's just something he does really well. This is still my favorite movie of his out of everything I've seen. I don't know if it'll be that way forever, but this is just like a
Really?
essential summer movie for me. I think others are maybe there's another one that might be a better film, but I think this is my favorite. And I just find myself going back to it a lot. Slater's one of like my top 10 favorite characters of all time. And Matthew McConaughey, iconic in this movie, so quotable. The soundtrack, again, every movie I'm picking has a great soundtrack. Apparently, that's a thing for me. But yeah, I
Well,
can't really think of a summer without Dazed and Confused, to be honest. So
I am surprised. I thought for some reason I thought the Before trilogy was your favorite, but now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm like, no, no, no. Ash loves Dazed and Confused.
no, yeah, I'm a Dazed and Confused School of Rock girl for life.
Yeah.
School of
Have you
Rock.
read
So
have you read Greenlights, Matthew McConaughey's biography?
good. No.
Mm.
So he was working as a bartender. I think I'm going to guess New York. I don't know if it was New York. And the producer of Dazed and Confused just came in and was like just drinking some beers, and McConaughey is just good with people, so he was just chatting to him the whole night, and like he was there until they closed the bar, and the producer's like, "Oh, like let's share a cab home because they're going across town." And in the cab, he's like, "I'm producing a movie. It shoots tomorrow. Like we've got a part that we're trying to fill. You'd be great for it. Um, come on set tomorrow." And that was for Dazed and Confused. And then like he was there for a day, and then like Ricky loved him so much that they like extended the role so much that he is what
Wow.
he is now. So it's awesome.
Wow, I love that story. Thanks for sharing, Harry. Also, I love that you threw in Ricky again. For a second, I was
His
confused. I was
name,
like, wait, Ricky? And then
yeah.
I,
Not to be confused with the hit film Ricky Stenicki. That's
oh God.
another Ricky. That's
I
another
never
Ricky.
watched that. Did you guys end up watching it?
Oh
No.
yeah. Oh
Harry,
yeah.
thoughts?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Is
it's
it
not
over?
good.
Oh no.
It's not good. No,
Oh no.
but it's fine.
Oh. Okay, well, what's your pick then? Hopefully not
Um,
that one.
yeah, I feel like I've just gone horrors, which I don't mind.
Yeah, neither do I.
Ari Aster's Midsummer. Love it. It's great.
Ooh.
I love Hereditary. I love all Ari Aster's films. Like Beau is Afraid's a fucking wild trip, but it's great. But Midsummer is just so well done. I think Hereditary is still my favorite, but like the performances in Midsummer are so goddamn good. The things in horrors that really creep me out is when it's really realistic. Like if there's
Mm.
anything like supernatural or anything, kind of takes me out of it. I don't really get doesn't creep me out that much because like, if it's anything CGI, I'm like it's not real. But like cults wreck me,
Yeah.
like wreck me. So like he kind of did it in a way with Hereditary, definitely like Cult of Payment. But the whole Midsummer's like doubling down on like a realistic cult, and that whole vibe is just so unsettling. I never want to go to that country ever at all. Like if you're there, respectfully, stay there. But it's shot beautifully. Like even just like looking at like a screenshot of it, you're like, oh, this is a really lovely film. Where it's just like super like colorful flowers and stuff. I'm like, oh, you have no idea. I just checked; it's playing at my IMAX tonight. So
Ooh,
I might try
plans.
to see it. Yeah, I might try and
Do
go see
it.
it. I
Yeah, it's
love
a great
Midsummer.
pick. It's also what I find so terrifying about that movie is that it's in daylight. Like it's not a
Yes,
horror movie that happens at night. It's just like as you were saying, like if you were to pause it and look at stills, you'd be like, "Oh, how beautiful." No.
which is
And
crazy. Like Hereditary, all the bad shit happens at night.
yes, that is true. Yeah, I guess I
That's
never thought of it that way.
that is majority of horror movies though. Like when they're like it's a can like any horror movie
Hmm.
and then it transitions to night, you're like, oh fuck, here we go. Like,
He
like
combines them in Beau is Afraid. There's a lot of daytime
Yep.
stuff and nighttime stuff that happens to him.
The daytime stuff is terrifying in that first chunk.
Yes.
I really like that movie. I'm in the camp that really liked it, but for that first chunk, I wanted to just walk out of the theater. I was getting so anxious just watching him, all like the streets that he was passing and all that stuff with his apartment. I felt very unwell.
Yeah. I think Midsummer, whatever, is probably the one that I can see myself rewatching the least. I thought it was
Mm,
a really cool movie, and I think the performance from Florence Pugh is amazing. It's like my
God.
introduction to her, but
same.
it's not really for me. I just don't see myself wanting to rewatch it anytime soon. It really like messed me up mentally. It was almost like
No.
just it's too much to absorb
It
as
is.
like an audience member.
It's
Hmm.
very it's just so real. Like it could all happen. That's
Yeah.
Hmm.
Florence Pugh as well. Whew.
Oh, and
Fantastic.
your favorite, Jack Reiner.
Yeah. Yes. Sing
Harry's?
Street.
Yeah, Harry's.
Sing Street. And of course, Transformers Age of Extinction.
Could also be a summer movie. Mm.
Maybe.
It could be yeah, it could be
But I feel like any blockbuster can be a summer movie. I said it. I said it. May regret that choice. Also, because we can't see the comments from Instagram, so I have no idea what people are leaving right now. We can only see the YouTube ones. Hi, Kevin, by the way,
Oh
if
yeah.
he's still here.
Is that
Hi,
Kate?
Kev. K Meeks, yeah, it is. Who came on
like
the Romero episode. Who's next? I'm next.
You're next.
I'm coming across as just the thirstiest person. I swear to God, I'm picking another movie because the lead is super hot.
I get it. I get
I'm
it.
gonna go with Purple Noon, from 1960 by René Clément. If you thought Alain Delon was hot in his other movies, he is like such a smoke show in this one. He has never been hotter. He plays Tom Ripley, which was later obviously remade. I mean, it's based off a book by Patricia Highsmith, but it was remade to The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is the book's original name, starring Matt Damon as Ripley.
Okay.
I like that version. I prefer this one. I also feel like Delon just captures that smoldering sort of psychopath better than Damon. Could also be because I think that he's hotter But anyway, fantastic film. The French title is Plein Soleil, which is full sun, or yeah, I think it's full sun. If someone speaks French, they can correct me, but I feel like the movie does a really good job visually at portraying the French title because everything is happening in this like sweltering heat and sun. A lot of it takes place on a boat or yacht. And it's again kind of similar to Do the Right Thing, where you're watching a film where you can literally just feel sweaty and disgusting from just the heat that's
Mhm.
coming from the screen, sort of thing. So that's my pick. I think it'd be a fun double feature to watch that and Talented Mr. Ripley, and then
I need
pick
to see both of them,
who you
so I
prefer.
added it to my watch list.
And then
Yes.
Saltburn.
And then yeah, and then
Go in that
Saltburn.
order.
Yeah. I remember when I watched Saltburn, I was like, Purple Noon is better. And I probably sounded so pretentious.
I feel like I remember
But
you telling me that, Marta, and I'd never seen Purple Noon,
he
but
is like, oh, hold on. We're not continuing this chat before I put a photo of Alain Delon
let's
in
do it.
Purple Noon.
Also, for the viewers, I have the Instagram Live open on my phone, so if anyone does want to type in the chat, I can read it out, when we have a little
Ooh,
gap in talking. So just wanted to throw that out there.
that works great. Okay, here, look at this. Or wait, no, I gotta find it better.
And it looks like Brian's on. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Brian. Okay, guys, look. Tell me that's not
Ooh,
just.
kind of looks like Rob Lowe a little bit when he was young from that angle.
Oh my God, he does.
Either way, it's good.
It's real good. Mamacita from earlier.
Hey, Ash. Hey, Gary.
Ash, you're next, I guess, now that I'm done
Yeah.
thirsting.
So my fourth pick is changing it up a little bit. Not really, but this is not one I've seen as many times as the others, but The Way, Way Back. Have you seen this movie,
Ooh.
Marta? I know Harry has.
If I have, it must have been ages ago, but also maybe not. Let me check. The Way,
So it
Way.
came out in 2013. It was actually a Sundance movie,
I have not.
which is cool. Obviously, I didn't see it at Sundance when it came out, but it's always cool to know that something came from Sundance. But yeah, it's directed by Nat Faxon and Jim Rash, who also star in the movie. They kind of wrote themselves these little like side small character parts that are really funny. But yeah, essentially
Oh,
it's
Jim Rash
what,
directed. That's cool. I
huh?
had no idea. I had no idea Jim Rash directed this.
Yeah, and they're both in it. And at the water park, which was really fun. But yeah, so I've seen it twice now, and I just absolutely love this movie. It feels so nostalgic. Basically, this kid is 14. His mom is played by Toni Collette, who's obviously amazing in everything she's in, and Steve Carell plays her like douchebag boyfriend. And he's stuck going to this summer house like in upstate New York to go spend the summer, and it's the boyfriend's place. And he's just miserable, awkward teenager, doesn't know how to talk to people. No one cares about what he is interested in or what he wants to do. And it's sort of just about him figuring out like himself. He meets Sam Rockwell's character, who basically like takes him in and kind of just like sees him as a person and like takes interest in him. And it's just really sweet to watch his journey. And I relate to a lot of things in this movie. With the family and just kind of the things he goes through. So it's an amazing, like unique coming of age, but it's obviously set in the summer. He's working at a water park. It's, beach and swimsuits and water everywhere. So it's definitely got that summer vibe. And another one that has a great soundtrack. I'm just on a roll with
Ooh.
that. So
I have not
great
seen that.
performances in this movie.
I gotta watch it. I think that was one that George, when he came on the podcast recently, I think he had it either as one of his favorite coming of ages, or maybe it was an honorable mention, one or the other.
Yeah.
Funny how so many summer movies are also coming of age movies, eh?
I think just you spend so much time when you're young, like in the summer, kind of just like out of school, sort of figuring out your interests in your life. It just kind of makes sense. It just sort of works.
I feel like all of my biggest coming of age moments happen in the summer, for better or worse.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I love that movie. How good's Sam Rockwell in anything?
He's so good.
He is.
He's,
I haven't seen that movie, but yeah, I am a fan.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, you'd like The Way Back. It's a very inoffensive film. Like
Exactly.
Ooh.
Steve Carell is an asshole, though.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. Yeah. it's a movie that like anyone, I can't see anyone watching that and not leaving it being like, didn't have a good time with that.
There's quite a few low letterbox scores for it. I was kind of surprised,
wow.
but it really works for me, and I really love it. So I think you'd at least enjoy it. I'm not sure you'd love it as much as I would, but yeah, it's very inoffensive. There's not much to like look at from a filmmaking perspective or story perspective and be like, I hate that. You know what I mean? It's just not like that kind of
I
movie.
feel like I'm in my inoffensive film era just because we've been covering so many heavy things for the podcast for upcoming episode,
It's
and I'm
much
just like,
lighter
oh,
than the stuff you've been watching, so it might be a good one to throw.
please.
No, it's such an easy watch as well.
Oh.
That's
I gotta
my
watch some Wake and Fright too. You guys are inspiring me. God, I love that movie.
Wake and Fright,
I'm not watching that again for a while.
You wanna go hunt some
Roosting
kangaroo
traumatized me.
dash? Wanna go hunt some kangaroo dash?
Ugh,
No, Harry.
Yeah, let's do it. Big fun.
no.
No.
What's your pick, Harry?
Yes, give us your pick.
People say that this is the most influential or important horror movie of all time. I don't technically agree with this. I do think it's incredible though. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, of course. That makes
Byron would
sense. I
agree
was
with
so lost for a second. I was like, summer horror
Yeah.
movie? No, of
Like
course.
there was slasher, but my personal opinion, like it's brilliant. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the best slashers. Sure, there was slashers before it that did the same sort of stuff. The slashers after that as well, but of course, the movie's unreal though. Like the way that it's shot and everything, it's beautiful. It uses up every cent of the budget perfectly. There's still some scenes that are just so creepy when he first goes into the house. And you see the couch is the one scene, the one shot that really fucks with me, where you see the bones everywhere. And then the bone room, you know, because every room needs bones in it. A house ain't a home without a bone room, you know. Take that you way you want.
Oh man.
But I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it's great. And I think, I don't think it's my favorite slasher by any means. But I think it paved the way for sure.
Absolutely. That's a great pick. I remember I watched that movie. I was vacationing in Belgrade. This was years and years and years ago. I think it was like 2015, 2016. And there was a protest going on for a theater in like I guess you could call it like the downtowny core area. And it was a super old theater that had shut down. And so they decided to reopen it and play some movies. And it was like already locked up. So it's really stuffy and like it's not a clean theater, right? And there were like red plush seats. And the movie that they were playing was Texas Chainsaw.
That's
Probably the most like terrifying experience of my life, to be in this like musty old theater watching this movie. And then I remember I had to walk home alone, and it was night after that, and I was like, this is too much for me. Can't do this. But yeah, I guess that's like my core memory with that movie that I just love to this day. And yeah, it made me love that movie even more. Ambiance.
Yeah, movie's great. Movie's it's very sweaty.
Yes.
Very
Yeah, I
stinky.
agree that it's
Good picking.
influential, but it's not my favorite either. It's not one that I find myself wanting to rewatch as much as other slashers, but I do agree that like I don't know if they would exist without it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that statement as well. Am I next?
Scream is just so much better. Sorry. Yeah.
Scream? I prefer Texas Chainsaw.
Where's the leaf button?
Ooh, what's about to happen right now?
I know.
That's crazy. I've got a fucking Scream tattoo. Jesus Christ.
I didn't say I don't like Scream. I like Scream a lot.
She starts with Beekeeper, Ash. This is the problem. She starts with Beekeeper. I can't remember. I'm thinking she said some bad stuff about Surf's Up, which
I didn't. I would never.
it's me and Chicken Joe. We're gonna go to war.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it going, and Harry and I, we can take this off camera afterwards.
We'll take it offline.
Take it offline. Across the Atlantic. I'm gonna go with a movie that I've been begging both of you to watch. I have been begging everybody to watch this movie for literally 2 years now. I think the only person that has seen it that I've asked to see it has been Alex Lopez, but nobody else. And the movie is 2017's I Dream in Another Language. Watch this movie.
Okay.
Incredible. It's so beautiful. It's such a great summer movie. It's a Mexican film. It's about a linguist that goes to the rainforest, this like community in the rainforest, to save a dying language, a dying indigenous language. And the only two people that speak it are these two old men, and they're not talking because they've been beefing for the last 50 years. So he's pretty much trying to get them to talk and save this language. And the language was made up for the movie out of respect to people with actual that are speaking dying languages, right? And it's really intimate. It's so intimate to eventually watch these two men talk, and you can't see the language, subtitled, I mean, and just the backdrop of the film itself. Like, this is a movie you would watch with noise canceling headphones, and you just hear these sounds of like the rainforest, the water, the trees, the birds. It's so beautiful and so immersive. I was sobbing by the end. Yeah, just a great film. Definitely watch it.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I love that all your picks are like beautiful films that have like all these deep messages, and mine's like Wet Hot American Summer.
Mine's The Mummy.
Listen, I picked Purple Noon. Ripley doesn't really have a wonderful message. It just has the sexy Alonzo on. So
sometimes you just need a little bit of that.
You really do. You really do.
Well, I added all of those things to my watch list that you've talked about
Yay.
that I have not seen. So.
I'm gonna watch The Way Back as well. And you're the second one now. George was trying to get me to watch it too. So
yeah, I think it's on Paramount Plus, I believe. That's where I watched it.
We don't have that in Canada. I feel like
okay.
most of the stuff that's on Paramount Plus, I end up having to rent on Apple. By the way,
rent it for a couple bucks.
Time out for a second. I have a bone to pick with Apple because I could not find my favorite Pedro Almodovar movie a few months ago, Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, and I paid $25 for not even a physical copy. Just like
that's 2 hot dogs.
Cold or hot, Harry?
Very cold. Either way, it's the same price. Apparently.
Good shit.
So anyway, if Apple is listening, $25 is outrageous for a stream.
Now, all these streaming services are just thefts. They're just stealing our money.
Truly. Okay, Ash, your final one.
My final pick.
Say it, Ash. Do it.
Another Ricky Linklater movie.
It feels good, doesn't it?
I like Richard. I like Richard better.
Ricky Linky.
At least he doesn't go by Dick Linklater. I feel like that just does not work.
Ricky Linky.
Another Linklater.
Ricky Linky.
Before Sunrise from 1990.
Yay!
Yeah, I just love this movie. I don't care. This one's always going to be my favorite, I think. I know that it's supposed to represent like the fantasy aspect of their love and relationship, but I think it's just so beautiful. I think these two have better chemistry than most romance movies that I've seen in my lifetime, and I've seen quite a few. I could watch them walk and talk all day, every day, and never get tired of it. Better chemistry than Hitman, okay? Don't come at me, AJ. I'm sorry.
I agree.
But yeah, Before Sunrise is just so special to me. I can't wait to rewatch it time and time again. I think the setting, going on vacation in Europe, I just think it's so perfect for summer, and it's obviously set in June. Watching these two just have this chemistry and like kind of learn to trust each other right away is just my favorite thing ever. I love Ethan Hawke. I don't have much experience with Julie Delpy outside of these movies, but I love her in these movies. Obviously, it gave us a trilogy. It's like the beginning of everything. It's just so special to watch them. And I think it's some of the best authentic writing in a romance film that we'll probably ever get. I just don't know if we'll ever get something quite like this. It feels so authentic and so real. And I love it.
That's a great. And you said that one's your favorite in the trilogy.
Yeah.
Trilogy?
The trilogy. It is kind of thrilling, but
it is.
But yeah, it's my favorite.
I rewatched the final one recently, and for some reason that one just hit more than the other two. I don't know why. I feel like it depends what you're going through on a specific week or in your life. Either one of those three will hit on a different level. And I think that week I was just like, oh boy.
I kind of hope Before Midnight doesn't ever hit. Like, I'm married and like I mean I don't have kids at this point in my life, but I would be kind of sad if my life ever looked like that. If someone was watching, like, that's terrifying.
Absolutely. There's a Kiarostami movie that I feel is a bit similar to the Before trilogy. It's not as good. Oh my gosh, what was it done? Or what was it called? Perfect Copy, I think. No, Certified Copy.
Certified Copy.
Certified
Lover Boy.
Boo, no Drake. Certified Copy. Certified Copy, that's the name. Starring Juliette Binoche. And yeah, I mean, it's not the same as the Before trilogy, really, but it's a walk and talk movie, and it's about a book writer. He wrote a book called Certified Copy, and he's on a book tour, and he meets Juliette Binoche's character, who's an antique dealer. I think his book had to do with the difference between an original and a copy and what that means. And so she was an antique dealer. She was going to take him around, show him around in Tuscany. And halfway through the movie, there's a switch where suddenly they're a couple and they've been together for years. It makes zero sense the way I'm talking about it right now, but just the way that their relationship is portrayed as this couple that's been together and they're very salty about one another, that reminded me to Before Midnight. So that was a weird tangent. I hope that made sense.
No, it did. It did. And I'll have to check that out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by the same guy that did Taste of Cherry.
Correct. Kiarostami.
Kiarostami.
I think he did 2 or 3 movies outside of Iran.
Oh.
Features.
I love Iranian cinema. I did a whole university course on it. I love it. It's
Did you, Harry?
Yeah.
How do I not know this about you? That's so cool. What
There's a lot of stuff you don't know about me, man. There's a lot
you
of
just
stuff.
threw in. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm really geeking out over that.
Yeah,
What's your final pick? Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Iranian cinema, actually, my final pick is Disturbia.
What?
With Shia LaBeouf. I love Disturbia. LaBeouf. It's very much like a homage, whatever you like to say, towards Hitchcock's Rear Window, which I do believe is Hitchcock's best, or my favorite, at least. If you could say any of his is his best. But I love this film. But it's a film that I've watched since I was a kid. Like, I could see people giving it 1 star. I could see people giving it 5 stars. But at the same time, you're gonna have fun with it. It's the era of Shia LaBeouf of when he's a teenager and he was screaming a lot. We had so many of those movies. He had Holes, he had Transformers, and
Even Stevens, the show.
Even Stevens, Eagle Eye. Oh, but something about Disturbia is just like it's just a point of nostalgia for me that I would just go back to every year and watch it. And I'm like, I just remember watching it in 2005 when I was at the end of primary school and being like, oh, this is horror. I'm really, this is not
cinema.
Yeah, this is crazy. But the movie's so much fun. And talk about a good soundtrack. That soundtrack slaps hard. It's the first Transformers. Oh no. That's not correct.
I haven't seen Disturbia in years.
Same.
In years, and I think Harry had a bone to pick with me when he saw my letterbox rating initially.
Yeah, I did. Wait, what was it again?
I got rid of it, to be fair.
Good.
I have not seen that movie. Good. I have not seen that movie in years, and I had a phase in late high school, my first year of college, where I was just that pretentious film kid. And so I watched Disturbia, and I was like, oh, this is too similar to Rear Window, and that's clearly the better movie. I hate this. I will give it another try. I have now become a better human being, and I'm very open to all walks of life.
It's not great, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, it is a masterpiece. He's in Surf's Up as well. Correct, Summerton. Absolutely. Yeah. Shia fucking rules.
I think you have a LaBeouf bias, Harry.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I'm learning about you.
I feel like you have Cruise, and then Cage, and then Shia.
Other way around.
Wait,
Cage is top.
And then Cruise?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So that's your
Brendan Fraser's
Mount Rushmore. Those are your Mount Rushmore of favorite actors.
Yeah.
I like it.
But Toni Collette's better than all of them.
Fact.
Have you seen Muriel's Wedding? I've had people trying to get me to watch Muriel's Wedding for.
Have I seen Muriel's Wedding?
Do you want to watch it? Tell me.
That's literally like, Marta, have you been to Tim Hortons? Yeah, it's I'm Australian. When we become adults, we get to watch The Castle and Muriel's Wedding.
Listen. I know many Australian who hasn't seen Wake and Fright, for
That's
example.
that's crazy. First up, but it's Wake and Fright is a more niche than Muriel's Wedding.
Okay, I guess.
In The
Should
Castle.
I watch Muriel's Wedding?
Fuck yeah, you should.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
think
I've seen it.
I had a TikTok follower once upon a time who would comment almost every day on my videos, watch Muriel's Wedding, watch Muriel's Wedding. And then
That
I
was
think
me.
after a month, I just didn't watch it and he unfollowed me.
That was me. Yeah, that was me. I'm still waiting to.
Honestly, Toni Collette
I'll watch it, I'll watch it all.
nothing she's in can be bad. Like even that movie In Her Shoes with Cameron Diaz, I think it's a bad movie, but like because
I
Toni
never
Collette's
watched
in
that.
it, I like have a soft spot for it. It's not a good movie.
Mafia Mama from last year. I'm like, this movie's terrible, but she's great.
She delivers.
She's like, but yeah, Muriel's Wedding is a classic. It's a
Okay.
So-
Would that count as a summer movie?
Yeah. There's no real like summer movies in
No.
Australia. except,
It's
like,
all summer, baby.
Harry, where's
Okay.
our other co-host, Byron? Why is he not in this live?
I think.
Watching.
Should we
Well, to
get
be
him
honest,
on next time?
Byron did stay up to watch the UFC, and it started at 4 a.m. his time.
Oh, yeah, I just meant why isn't he like watching? But yeah, I forgot he got
Yeah.
up.
But I think he's very much asleep.
He should come on the live next time and get the whole Love, Death, and Movies crew.
Full
I
gang.
think he's very much asleep right now in the land
guy.
of Nod.
Makes sense.
So did we do all of our picks? I guess even though we can't see what people are writing on Instagram, let's ask the crowd what's everybody else's favorite summer movie. There we go.
I've been reading the comment section. There was a good like 20 minutes where there was no talk except for Surf's Up, and
Yeah.
like I respect it. And straight up, like it's getting the just desserts. Absolutely, Sandlot.
Sandlot, that's a good one. That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Killing me, Smalls.
What would be your guys' top? I know we gave 5, but if you had to pick one summer movie.
Probably Jaws. Probably
Probably Jaws.
you'd be dazed and confused, Ash.
Yeah.
You know you'd be.
I don't know. Wet Hot American Summer is like a comfort movie, but I think it'd have to be Dazed and Confused.
Fuck yeah, Goofy movies.
Oh my
unreal.
god, a Goofy movie is so
Movie,
good.
movie? Yeah, I haven't seen those since a kid.
Those are seriously the first one and second one are some of the best movies that Disney has ever put out, and they are so slept on. It is ridiculous. They're so good.
Yeah, I miss old Disney movies.
Oh, same.
They just don't make them like they used to.
Surf's Up again. We're bringing up the Surf's Up is my number one fucking.
People
Respect,
get it.
AJ,
People get it.
respect. What
People
about
get it.
Parent Trap? That was like a
That
classic.
could
movie for me.
count. That could count. That could definitely count. Okay, gang. Well, I guess this is the end of our first live session. We got through it with all the stumbles and bumbles of Instagram, I suppose. But this is fun. We should do this again. We should do more. I know Harry picked all of his to be horror, so I don't know if you could come up with more, Harry, but I think it could be fun to do another summer one, but focus on horror.
Yeah. A lot of horrors take place in summer.
Any
That's
kind of
true.
cabin or like camp can be a summer movie. I feel like.
Oh my God, Cabin Fever.
Oh,
But cool. Okay, so I guess that is all for today. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Follow everybody. I think our handles are all, yeah, they are. They're there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys.
of course. Great to see
Yay.
you both.
Always
That's
a
good.
pleasure. Amazing.
Alright.
Well, bye, guys.
Bye.